In the end, I would like to say that you will only lose if you stop trying. If you're faced with rejections and failures, do not worry. Look it in the eye, learn from it, and come back stronger. Nobody at all will be able to stop you except you. Hi everyone, this is Somej at the side. Welcome back to another video in my channel. Today's video is one of the highly requested company reviews that is present in my channel. I have been bombarded with so many messages over LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, as well as in the comment section in all of my previous videos to actually do a company review of Uber. And so here it is. In today's video, we will be discussing everything there is to know about Uber. We will discuss about the work-life balance, about the kind of work and projects that Uber India gets, about the uncertainty or lack thereof in Uber, whether or not layoffs happen, how stable the work is. We will also discuss in detail about the work-life balance and the entire interview structure of Uber, different rounds that are present and how to prepare for them. Not only this, we will also discuss the salary structure and the exact salary detail at SDE1, SDE2 and SDE3 level in Uber. So if you are someone who is curious to know about one of the top paying companies in India, then do watch the video till the end. So without further ado, let's get started. Uber, which had its IPO a couple of years back, did not much see a good increase in their share price in the current market. Not only this, COVID really hit Uber very badly. Because of it, there was mass layoffs in Uber. However, Uber India or Uber subsidiaries in India were relatively stable, mainly because of lower cost of labor in India. From stability point of view, I would suggest that right now, I think so, the worst is over. And you can definitely go and join Uber. If we talk about the work-life balance in Uber, according to its employee survey, work-life balance in Uber is a hit or a miss. Generally, the work-life balance is bad in Uber. Obviously, it is not as good as Adobe or Microsoft or some other companies, and definitely in the bad end of the spectrum. Previous to the entire pandemic and the COVID scenario, generally, Uber had Uber Eats, Uber Finance, and Uber Risk and Compliance as the major business charters or major business organizations in Uber India. But after pandemic, Uber has decided to bring in many different business organizations from its high cost market to India. Uber offers all the standard benefits that are to offer, along with the standard benefits like insurance, provident fund, gratuity, and so on and so forth. Uber also offers gym reimbursements, phone, as well as internet bill reimbursements. It offers Uber credits as well, which you can use to book Uber rides completely for free. Uber's main offices are majorly located in Hyderabad and Bangalore, and these are the dev centers of Uber in India. Normal hike and appraisal percentage is very similar to what happens in the industry. It varies in the range of 5 to 15%, depending upon one's tenure in the company, one's experience level, role, as well as performance. Now we will discuss about the interview structure at Uber. Now, interview structure at Uber is very, very similar to that of Amazon. Generally, they both have similar kinds of rounds. For an SDE1, the interviews are data structures and algorithm and problem solving heavy. Apart from that, for SDE2, the interview rounds are evenly spaced between data structures as well as system design, be it low-level design or high-level design. And from SDE3 onwards, design forms the main integral part of your interviews. Generally, the level of questions in the data structures and algorithm interviews is slightly more than that of the industry. The expectation out of a DS round is that you are able to give complete working solution, production ready code. Mostly you will be asked either 2 lead code medium questions in a 45-minute round interview, or 1 lead code hard, or 1 lead code hard, 1 lead code easy question. So the level I would say will be between medium and medium hard. For SD1 there are 4 rounds, and all of them are out of data structures and algorithm and problem solving based rounds, which 1 round is taken by your hiring manager and 1 round is a bar raiser. The bar raiser, along with asking you technical questions, will also ask you behavioral questions, similar to what is present in Amazon. Not only this, for an SD2, generally there are 5 rounds that take place. What are the 5 rounds, you may ask? The 5 rounds are 2 coding rounds and 2 design rounds and 1 bar raiser round. The bar raiser round is generally completely behavioral in nature. The 2 design rounds comprises of 1 low-level design and 1 high-level design round. Generally, the hiring manager takes one of the 2 design rounds, and the 2 coding rounds are there, which has a similar level to that of an SD1 interview, which is medium or medium hard. For lateral hires, at least, Uber does not have a HackerRank test, but instead of an HackerRank test, they conduct a pre-screened telephonic round. The compensation structure at Uber is fairly straightforward and is similar to what other product tech companies have. You get a base salary, which is the yearly salary that you get. Apart from that, you get an annual performance-based cash bonus. You get an annual performance-based stock bonus, which you are eligible to get from your second year in Uber, as well as you also get a on-hire stock grant, which is the stock or shares of Uber that you get in 4 equal installments for the next 4 years. One by one, I will discuss the salary details at SD1, SD2 and SD3 levels. However, I will not be discussing about the performance-based stock bonus that is given out to its employees from second year onwards. Why I will not discuss about it is because there is no specific rule per se for this calculation, and it depends upon a lot of variable factors, and for me it's very difficult to actually pinpoint a range because it's very wide. So we will be skipping that. Now I will start with SD1. At SD1, the years of experience required is generally lesser than 2.5 years of experience. Your base salary will vary between 18 lakhs to 25 lakhs per annum. You will be given on an average of around 33 to 35 lakhs of on hire stocks, and you will be eligible for a performance-based cash bonus of around 15%. So all in all, your total pre-tax enhanced salary for 1 year varies between 31 lakhs to 37 lakhs at SDE1 level. Uber India is definitely one of the top paymasters in India. As an SDE2, the years of experience required is anywhere more than 2 years of experience. Base salary generally varies between 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs. Apart from that, you are also given on higher stock of around 35 lakhs to 65 lakhs for the next 4 years. And you are eligible for a 15% performance bonus. So all in all, your yearly salary comes in the range of 45 lakhs to 65 lakhs per year. SD3 level at Uber is also known as Senior Software Engineer, and it is generally divided into 2 parts. One is known as L5A and the other one is known as L5B. The years of experience required at L5A is generally more than 7 years of experience. There is no such hardbound upper limit for this role. The range of base salary at L5A varies around 50 lakhs to 65 lakhs per year. Along with it, you are also given Uber shares, which is worth around 85 lakhs to 1 crore 10 lakhs for the next 4 years. You are also eligible for a 20% performance bonus as target. So all in all, your yearly salary comes out to be around 85 lakhs per year to around 1 crore 15 lakhs per year at L5A level of SDE3. At SDE3 L5B level, the years of experience required is more than 10 years. And the compensation there has no limits whatsoever. And it varies greatly because it's a very wide band. And hence I will not be talking about it. But definitely the compensation at L5B level can very well go beyond 1.5 crores per year. In the end, I would like to say that you will only lose if you stop trying. There is no shame in failure. In fact, you can learn quite a lot from failures. If you're faced with rejections and failures, do not worry. Look it in the eye, learn from it, and come back stronger. Nobody at all will be able to stop you except you. So keep on trying, keep on learning, and keep on hustling. You will achieve your dreams. In conclusion, I would like to say that Uber is an amazing company to work at. Definitely, you will learn a lot. You will not go Uber for its good work-life balance because it will frankly not have that. You will go to Uber to learn and grow fast. It is still at that startup, big tech product-based company stage wherein you will get to experience and learn quite a lot. And not only this, after this pandemic times, Uber has decided to shift many of its big charters, many of its big organizations inside Uber to India. So definitely you will get that required exposure. I will not say that there is no risk at all into going to Uber because there have been massive layoffs in Uber in the past, as recent as 2020. But one thing that is common in all the massive layoffs that has happened is that India has remained relatively unharmed with respect to the rest of the world. Yes, there has been layoffs in Uber India as well, but the percentage is quite less in comparison to what happened elsewhere. And I personally believe that the worst phase is now gone. And from now on, Uber will definitely take off. That will be it for today, guys. I really hope that you liked the content. If you did, then do give a thumbs up, share it among your friends and peers, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And to all the subscribers out there, as well as the new ones, do hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload new content. If you want me to make content around different companies, then do mention them in the comment section below. I will pick one company from them. Next up, however, is Salesforce. So do stick around to the channel for that. This is Soumyajit bidding goodbye. Das Vidanya.